Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/Great Detectives. Our listener support campaign continues. You can become one of our Patreon supporters for as little as $2 per month by just going to patreon.greatdetectives.net. This is our second listener appreciation special, and it's an episode of the Jack Carson Show that features Sam Spade. And I think this is the last of the Sam Spade comedy episodes, particularly those starring Mr. Duff. And it's an episode of the Jack Carson Show. Now, Carson is not particularly well remembered today, but the Jack Carson Show was on radio for 4 years, often setting ratings records. This episode is from 1947, and the Jack Carson Show would leave the air after that season, and then Carson would go on to star in the Seal Test Village Store before really just becoming a character actor for most of the remainder of his career. But this episode does have some interesting talent we'll talk about after the program. The original air date on this is March the 5th, 1947, and the title is Sam Spade.
Good. Good. That's what Campbell's soups are. Good.
From Hollywood, the Campbell Soup Show, starring Jack Carson. Yes, listen to Jack Carson, Freddie Martin and his orchestra, Arthur Treacher, Jack's nephew Tugwell, played by Dave Willock, little 9-year-old Norma Jean Nilsson, Irene Ryan, and yours truly, Del Sharbutt. Sit down to a steaming hot bowl of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, some mealtime soon. Taste that first spoonful. Good. Hearty, rich chicken broth simmered slowly from fine, plump chickens. Lots of homey, old-fashioned egg noodles steeped in chicken goodness. And plenty of pieces of chicken, so tender they almost melt in your mouth. Well, if you go for old-fashioned chicken noodle soup, Campbell's is just what you're looking for. Why not plan to serve it tomorrow for lunch or supper? You'll find Campbell's chicken noodle soup a real eating pleasure. Well, as you know, someone called the Mad One sends Jack a telegram every day, and each one states that his time is diminished by another 24 hours. Jack is now so worried, he has hired the famous detective Sam Spade, and let's hope he can shed some light on the mystery surrounding Jack Carson.
Hey, what's that you're reading, Uncle Jack? Another one of those telegrams from the Mad One?
Yeah, and this one says I've only got 7 days left. I'm sure glad I hired Sam Spade to investigate this whole thing.
Well, gee, I don't know if it was so wise to hire a detective, Uncle Jack.
Why not?
Well, supposing while he's investigating, he finds out something about you.
Well, my life is an open book. Everybody knows me. I'm Warner Brothers' leading star. That's the whole story.
Uh-huh. Supposing he finds out that back in Milwaukee you used to work in a pickle factory.
All right. So I used to work in a pickle factory, but remember, I had one of the most important jobs there. I was the head coordinator. Sort of a troubleshooter on the production line.
Some troubleshooter. You stuffed the pickles in the bottle.
I did not. The other people did that. When they came to a big pickle that wouldn't go in the bottle, then I'd come along and grease the warts. And when Sam Spade gets here, don't be bringing up trivial things like that. Oh, Treacher!
Did you call, sir?
Yes, what time is Sam Spade supposed to be here?
Oh, when I phoned, his secretary told me he'd left already, sir. He should be here any moment.
Good.
Mr. Carson, is this Mr. Spade really such a capable detective?
Oh, yes, Treacher. He's the very best. Once he gets on this case, he'll locate this killer who calls himself the Mad One in no time.
How?
Well, it's very simple. All he has to do is locate the people who hate me and then just eliminate them one by one.
My word, sir, that'll keep him busy for 4 days in Glendale alone.
Is that so? There may be a few people in Glendale who don't care for me, but I'll discuss that another time.
Are you paying this detective much, sir?
Well, we haven't really discussed money so far, but it doesn't matter. I want this mystery unraveled, and I don't care what he charges. Even if it's as much as $3 a day.
Do you think he works for that, sir?
Oh, sure. So maybe even less than that. And all the stories about Sam Spade, he says he doesn't care about the money. It's the thrill, the spine-tingling thrill of the chase. Go to the door, Treacher. I'm sure that's Spade now.
Very well, sir.
Boy, a real detective. Gee, I hope I can give him some clues.
Yes, but don't get in the way.
This is Mr. Sam Spade, sir.
Well, come in, Mr. Spade. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here because...
I'll take over from here. You called me in on this case as your private investigator, right? Right. Now, if I'm handling this, you got to put your complete trust in me, right? Right. I just want a complete rundown on this caper. I want nothing but facts. Understand? Facts. Now, who's this gunsel here?
Gunsel? That's Treacher, my valet.
I'm a gunsel?
Yeah, who's the other guy?
That's my nephew, Tugwell.
Okay, who are you?
Who am I? Well, I'm Jack Carson. Surely you've seen me in pictures. Why, I'm probably the biggest star out of Warner Brothers Studio.
Look, Carson, we're not going to get any place if we start off lying to each other.
Well, I only meant to try
the way I understand it, you've been receiving some threats against your life, right?
Yeah.
Right. You want me to find out who's sending these messages, right? Right.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Spade...
Now, before we go any further, let's settle the subject of my professional fee.
Fee? Oh, you mean money?
Yeah, cabbage, scratch, moolah. I'm funny that way. I like to get paid when I work.
Yeah, well, Mr. Spade, you see, well, it says in your books that money doesn't matter to you because you love the spine-tingling thrill of the chase.
Oh, yeah? Well, my fee is $50 a day.
$50 a day?
Yeah. What's that funny look on your face?
Well, if you pull up his shirt there, you'll see some real spine tingling.
Mr. Spade, I only thought that $50 a day is, well, it's quite a bit of money, and although I've already hired you...
Excuse me, I gotta look out the window. Just remember that on the way over here, some gonnet was shadowing me.
Gonnet was shadowing you?
Yeah. Hey, you there, open that curtain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there he is, skulking behind that bush. Stand back, everybody, out of the line of fire. I'll get him. There. That'll fix him. I threw at least 3 slugs right through his shoulder.
Gee.
And the same thing will happen to anybody who tries to cross Sam Spade. Now, about that $50 a day, Carson. We aren't going to have any trouble on that, right?
Oh, right. When you come to think of it, $50 a day is quite reasonable.
And expenses.
Oh, right, of course, expenses.
That includes any little thing that may come up, and of course, when I take an assignment, I always drink Valcados.
What was that?
Valcados. It's a beverage imported from France. Costs $14 a bottle.
$14 a bottle? Well, you know, it's a funny thing. Usually we have gallons of that around the house. But today we haven't got one little speck.
That's okay. I brought some with me in my satchel. I think I'll open a bottle and take a slug now. That's great stuff. Really curls your toes. What do you drink, Carson?
Me?
Yeah, what's your poison? Scotch and soda, bourbon, gin, or straight rum?
Well,
In the evening, he has a cup of hot hemo.
I never heard of that stuff. Does it curl your toes?
Well, no, but it makes them lean over and kiss each other goodnight.
Hey, English, I'm putting you in charge of these bottles. Whenever I want another slug of Valcados, I'll tell you. What was your name again?
Mr. Gunsel to you, sir.
About how many drinks are there in one of those bottles, Mr. Spade?
I usually get about 7.
$14 a bottle. That's costing me $2 a drink.
Look, Carson, your life's in danger, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Now, when a man's life is in danger, money is no object, right? Right. But I can see that you're the kind of a guy that money doesn't mean anything to anyway, right?
No, but stick around and try for the jackpot.
I think I'll have another slug of Alcados. That stuff's as delicate as a butterfly walking on a lily pad.
Hey, here comes Norma Jean up the front walk, Uncle Jack.
Oh, a dame in the case, huh?
Oh, no. This is just the little the little girl that lives next door.
Well, in this case, everybody's a suspect. Lots of times, gangsters use a little kid as a go-between. Now, you two get out of the room, and Carson, you stand behind that screen so she can't see you.
Behind the screen? Well, I don't think
Do as I tell you.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I was looking for Mr. Carson. Who are you?
My name is Spade. I'm a detective.
Oh, hasn't he paid that bill at the May Company yet?
Kid's got a memory like an elephant.
Look, kid, Mr. Carson's in a little trouble, but maybe if you can answer a couple of questions, you can help him out.
Oh, I'd do anything for Mr. Carson.
Okay. Now, tell me, you ever seen any suspicious-looking characters hanging around here?
No.
Any strange women?
Well, my mother says all the women he gets are strange.
Who, for instance?
Well, there was Gloria.
Gloria?
Yes, Gloria Hockenschlag. Mr. Carson told everybody she was a hostess, but she wasn't.
No? Well, what did she do?
She filled up ketchup bottles in a cheeseburger joint.
I gotta tell this kid about Nora Prentice.
Well, is there any girl he knows who might be classed as, mysterious?
Well, there's that new foreign girl he just met.
Foreign girl?
Yes, her name is Tanya. I think she's got him hypnotized. Since he met her, he doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
You mean he's sort of out of his mind?
He must be. He took her to the drugstore one night and he insisted on paying for both Cokes.
That wasn't the way it was at all. We tossed for it, and I lost.
Well, thanks, kid. You're a big help. You can go now.
All right. Tell Mr. Carson I was over here. Goodbye.
Okay, everybody. You can come back in now.
I could have told you that you were wasting your time with Norma Jean.
Well, I do things thoroughly, and that reminds me. Treacher, another shot of Alcados.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Delicate as a butterfly walking on a lily pad.
For Alcados, he has to drink at $2 a shot. Why couldn't he be crazy about Drano? That only costs 60 cents a quart.
Let's see, Carson. Maybe I'm going on the wrong angle. I think I better get a general picture of your background and proceed from there.
Well, I'll be glad to tell you anything about... Oh, there's the door. Look out the window and see who it is, Treacher.
Yes, sir. It's Miss Ryan, sir.
Miss Ryan. Who's she?
Oh, she's just a woman who has a little store down the street. You don't have to question her. Why, she wouldn't harm a fly.
Well, okay, if you say so. Let her in.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Carson.
Hello, Miss Ryan. This is Mr. Spade. He's doing a little investigating for me. He was just about to ask me some questions.
Oh, go right ahead. I wouldn't bother you for the world.
Good.
If there's anything I hate, it's a butt-insky woman who doesn't know enough to keep her nose out of other people's business.
Yes.
Now, Carson, we mustn't pass up the possibility of poison.
Poison?
Yeah. How you been feeling lately?
Oh, I guess I'm about as well as could be expected.
Miss Ryan, he was asking me.
Oh, excuse me, but I have noticed a peculiar ache recently.
What kind of ache?
You should never have asked her that.
This ache is kind of hard to describe.
Well, never mind that now. I'm trying to get some dope on Carson here. When did you first meet him?
Well, now let me see. In 1944, I had those terrible headaches. In 1945, I had a pain in my shoulder. And then 1946, I got that awful pain in my neck. I can't remember now which came first, the pain in my neck or Mr. Carson.
They usually run neck and neck.
Yeah, that'll do.
Sometimes capers like this are inside jobs, Carson. I remember once I had a
That's
little...
all my pains are, inside jobs.
This guy was like you, Carson. He got involved in a shooting. You see, he was trying
You know,
to...
a lot of my pains are shooting pains.
Well, they ambushed this guy one night when he was coming home from work.
I don't mind the shooting pains so much. Only some of them backfire.
Miss Ryan, please.
I took some 4-way cold tablets, and that really confused them. Now they fire in all directions.
Miss Ryan, I really haven't got time to hear about your pains now. I'm paying this man $50 a day.
My goodness, why didn't you say so? You must be in terrible pain yourself. Well, I don't want to be one of those women who just keeps talking and bothers everybody, so I'll just run along. Goodbye now.
So long, Miss Ryan.
Are there any other dolls in this caper?
Well, there's a Viennese girl named Tanya that I met about a month ago.
Well, I'd like to talk to her. She sounds very suspicious.
Oh, no. You've got her all wrong. Tanya is a gorgeous girl, and I'm pretty sure that she's crazy about me.
Yeah, that's what makes her so suspicious.
Look, Tanya's coming over about 8 o'clock, and you can talk to her.
Mr. Carson, Mr. Sharpett is out in the kitchen. I told him not to come in.
Oh, yeah, this guy will want to question him, but $50 a day is already wasted enough of my time. Spade, I'm going down to the kitchen to get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
Hello, Jack. I just stopped by to tell you...
Del, I can't talk, I'm in a hurry. You see, I've got somebody in
Well,
the other
I
room.
just stopped by to tell you that the folks seem to
Del,
like...
look, I'm in a hurry. I've got Sam Spade in the other room, and I'm paying him $50
But, Jack, I think you'd like to know that folks seem to enjoy that Al Jolson commercial you did a few weeks ago so much that
Del, I'm in a hurry. The folks did?
Absolutely. Well, lots of people thought you impersonated Al Jolson even better than Larry Parks, and they'd like to hear it again. Oh, but then you're in a hurry, and...
Who is in a hurry? You mean when I sang?
Though April showers may come your way, they bring the tiny little flowers that are blooming a May.
Yeah, that's the idea, Jack.
Del, don't interrupt me. I like that part in there.
Those tiny little flowers. Those tiny little flowers. Tiny little
Here, Jack.
flowers.
Here. Say, I've got a medley of Al Jolson songs right here. Now, you can start right from the top.
Okay, of course, I hate to show Larry Parks up like this.
Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I like Campbell's chicken noodle best.
Wait a minute, Del. How did chicken noodle get in there?
Well, I changed the words slightly.
Del, how could you do this to me? I was singing my heart out. I was even down on one knee.
Yeah, but this is for the Campbell Soup people.
Oh? Maybe I better get down on both knees.
Chicken noodle made the Campbell's all-time way. With a fine plump chickens and a good old-fashioned noodle sambal. Del, it's no use. I can't go through with it.
Somehow I don't feel it right now. I'm worried.
Well, all right, Jack. If you don't want to cooperate, I can always get Larry Parks to do it.
Larry Parks?
Yes. And who knows? The Campbell people might like him better than they do you. Well, what do you say?
No April showers may come your way. Those tiny little flowers.
Okay, Jack. Now here's the big finale.
Flowers
California, here I come.
Okay, hit it.
Chicken noodle, here I come. Tell that grocer to save me some. With oodles of noodles, the old-fashioned kind. And plenty of chicken, it's delicious, served in dishes, and your lips you will be licking. Love those noodles, love that chicken, love those tiny little
Jack,
flowers.
Jack, you don't have to overdo
Yeah,
it.
but I'm doing this for my mammy, Del, my good old mammy, Campbell Soup. You can bet I won't be late, 'cause there's chicken noodle in my plate. And that's why I can't hardly wait. Chicken noodle, here I come, and I mean Campbell's chicken noodle. Here I come.
magic music of Freddie Martin, presenting Glenn Hughes and the Martin Men. I got a gal I love in North and South Dakota.
I got a gal I love in North and South Dakota. There ain't no difference in my love, not one iota. Iota. I guess the two gals put me one above the quota. Still I got a gal in North and South Dakota. Ooh, ooh, wish I knew which of my true loves is true. I got a gal I love in North and South Dakota. There ain't no difference in my love, not one iota. Iota. Just wait till they hear about the gal in Minnesota. It's a situation, partner, that vexes. Guess I'll go back to the gal I love in Texas. Texas. Guess I'll go back to the gal I love in Texas. Oh, she said that she'd be true and I could quote her. I should have kept my loves in North and South Dakota. Dakota. I guess I've even lost the gal in Minnesota. It's a situation, partner, that vexes. If I had the nerve, I could go back to Texas. Texas. Ooh, ooh. With a lemon from now on, I'm all through.
Preacher, what time is
Just
it?
7:45, sir.
Tanya ought to be here pretty soon. I told her I'd take her to the Black Cat Cafe, and our reservation is for 8:30. By the way, where's Spade?
He's out in the kitchen, sir, working on the caper.
Oh, well, let's peek in the door and see how he's doing. He's doing all right. That's the fourth bottle.
Hey, Carson, is that dame here yet?
I wish you wouldn't refer to Tanya by that term. She's really a very lovely girl.
Listen, Carson, dames is dames. Wherever there's trouble, you find a dame. I can't stand them.
When you see Tanya, you'll think differently.
Not me, pal. Her charms won't do a thing to me. They don't call me Spade the Stone Wall for nothing. I'm going in the library now, and when she comes, I'll question her.
You know, sir, he's so handsome and dashing that he might be some competition with Miss Tanya.
What do you mean?
Well, sir, under the circumstances, you're lucky he is a stone wall with women.
Oh, pooh, I'm not afraid of competition. I'll get it. That's probably Tanya now.
Ah, hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Tanya. Come in. I'm awfully glad to see you.
Look, Jack, since we were going to the Black Cat, I wore an evening gown.
Yeah, it really looks nice, too.
I'm afraid I was in such a hurry that I just threw the dress on as quickly as I could.
You shouldn't have been in such a hurry. You almost left it home. Well, I do like the dress, Tanya. It's so snug. How did you get it to fit so snugly?
Oh, it is on account of that wonderful invention, the zipper.
Uh-huh.
As you say in America, I just put it on and zippity up one side and zippity down the other.
Yeah. Quite a lot of doodah going on, too. But I am glad to see it. I've got a table for two at the Black Cat.
Oh, good. I have my heart set on going there tonight.
I heard voices out here, Carson. I thought maybe you might have... Oh, who's this?
Oh, hello, Spade. Excuse me. I want to tell Tanya something. Tanya, this is a friend of mine. I don't want you to be offended. You see, he's peculiar. He hates women.
Oh.
Tanya, I'd like to have you meet Mr. Sam Stonewall Spade.
Ah, Sam Spade, the detective. I'm so glad to know you.
Look here, young lady. I have some questions to ask you, and I want some direct answers. You understand?
This guy's as hard as granite.
Of course, Mr. Spade. Ah, you'll forgive me for staring at you. You're so good looking, you almost take my breath away.
Listen, all I want to know... Oh, you think I'm handsome, huh?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Anybody want to buy an old stone wall?
Mr. Spade, I have not met any continental men like you. Vous êtes très vigoureux.
Mais non, mademoiselle, mais non.
Mais oui. Vous êtes fort grand, formidable.
Mademoiselle, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, mais oui, vous avez un air magnifique d'homme.
I wish I was back in the pickle factory. You see, Tanya, Mr. Spade came over here to help me out of a little difficulty that I was in.
You know, Carson, I had no idea this case had so many interesting angles.
But a detective, he doesn't know a curve from an angle.
Mr. Spade, I have read so much about you. You are intriguing. I'm fascinated by men who live dangerously.
Yeah, well, Tanya, you may not know this, but I live dangerously, too.
Oh, yes, indeed. Just yesterday he crossed Sunset Boulevard without waiting for a Boy Scout to lead him.
Nobody asked you, Treacher.
Oh, Jack, we really should go if we don't want to be late for our table at the Black Cat.
Yes, but Mr. Spade wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, that's all right. I can ask him down at the Black Cat. It'll be more cozy down there anyway.
Well, I'd love to have you come along, Spade, but it's a table for two, and it was the last one in the place.
Table for two is plenty, Carson. You won't be there.
Okay, I won't.
No. I was hired to protect you, and you're in danger, so I forbid you to leave this house tonight.
Wait a minute, Spade.
Jack, what is this? You're in danger?
Well, yes, I've received some threats against my life,
Exactly. But... That's why you can't leave the house, but I'll take extra good care of Tanya here.
But, Jack, I will worry about you.
What do you think I'll be doing about you?
Jack, don't concern yourself about my safety. I'll be with Mr. Spade, and I know he always carries a gun.
Yeah, but this is the first time he ever had my girl for a target.
Let's get going, babe.
Good night, Jack.
Now listen to me, Spade. I don't mind telling you I'm plenty burned up. First you charge me $50 a day, then you drink $36 worth of Valcados.
That all comes under expenses.
Yeah, I know. Now you're going over to the Black Cat Cafe and run up a big bill.
Well, that's expenses.
And while you're going over there, you'll probably make violent love to my girl. I suppose that comes under expenses, too.
No, I do that for nothing. So long, pal.
That does it. Preacher, a shot of Valcados, please.
But, sir, you never had a drink before in your whole life.
Well, I'm going to have one now. That Spade isn't so tough. Anytime he thinks he's as tough as I am, he's got another thing coming. I'll have another shot.
Oh, please don't drink so much, sir.
Why, this stuff is as smooth as a butterfly falling flat on his face in a lily pad. As I said before, anytime he thinks he's as tough as I am, he's got another thing coming.
Oh, dear, sir, it's affecting you already.
It is not. I don't feel a thing. I repeat, anything who's coming that he's got a any guy who, whatever I said before, thinks he's as tough as he thinks he's as tough as he thinks... Well, whatever it is, that's what I am. And I'm just the guy that can do it, too.
Say, Uncle Jack,
Please leave the room, Master Tugwell. I'm afraid your uncle is intoxicated.
I'm sorry you had to see me in this condition, Tugwell, but I drank the whole bottle of Valcados.
What? That bottle right there?
That very same bottle.
Well, gee, I emptied that bottle out and put something else in it.
That's the way you did.
Yeah, what you've been drinking is 7-Up.
Think of the colonial cookery of long ago, and you're sure to recall the open-handed generosity of those bountiful days. Well, back in colonial times, they used lots of chicken to make their chicken noodle soup. They put in lots of homemade egg noodles and plenty of pieces of chicken, too. Well, no wonder their soup was so delicious. And you know, nowadays, Campbell's take their cue from those good colonial cooks. Campbell's chicken noodle soup is made the same old-fashioned way. Plenty of fine, plump chicken, slowly simmered to a hearty, rich broth, home-style egg noodles, and plenty of pieces of chicken, too. Good. So right now, today, you can have the same kind of chicken noodle soup that came hot and hearty from an old-fashioned soup kettle. What do? Well, you just ask for Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup next time you're marketing.
Mmm, good. Mmm, good. That's what Campbell's soups are. Mmm, good.
I want to thank Howard Duff, who is Sam Spade, for dropping in with us tonight. He can soon be seen in Mark Ellinger's picture, Brute Force. I hope you'll all be with us next Wednesday at the same time. Till then, good luck and good night.
Franco-American spaghetti. F-A, Franco-American. F-A, Franco-American. F-A, Franco-American. Back at your grocer's again.
Franco-American spaghetti is back. America's favorite, the spaghetti with the extra good sauce, ready cooked to give grand good eating but quick. Get a can of Franco-American spaghetti.
F-A, Franco-American. Back at your grocer's again.
Sam Spade appears through the courtesy of the Wildroot Company. Listen next Wednesday to the Jack Carson Show, and stay tuned to Dr. Christian, which follows immediately. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Well, an interesting program and a pretty fun time had by all. I did like the ending part where Jack thought he was getting drunk and it turned out he was drinking 7-Up. Also, Carson's Jolson imitation was very good. Very spot on. And this was during an era where Jolson, who was in his 60s, was having a resurgence in his career after a fictionalized biopic, The Jolson Story, was released, which, as the episode referenced, had Larry Parks playing the young Al Jolson. So it was a great time if you were a singer to dust off your Jolson impersonation. Now, there were some notable members of the cast, among them Irene Ryan, who played Miss Ryan on this program. However, fans of classic television will remember her for her role as Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies. Of course, it has to be said that Sam didn't do a whole lot here, other than charge his client for a day's work, drink a bunch of liquor, and steal his client's date for the evening. But I guess that's why Sam Spade goes on the comedy shows. At any rate, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank Jacqueline. Jacqueline's been one of our Patreon supporters since August 2018, currently supporting the program at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Jacqueline. And that will do it for today. A reminder, if you do enjoy this podcast, be sure to follow us using your favorite podcast software. We'll be back next Sunday with one more listener appreciation special. But listen up tomorrow for Sam Spade, where Sam has to get back to work, where...
Sam, wake up! Oh, Sam, speak to me! Sam!
Oh, no. Don't hit me again. No, you can have the jewels.
Sam. Oh, Sam, you poor darling. Here, drink this.
What is it? Tastes awful.
Water, Sam.
Oh. Where'd they go?
Well, they chased each other down the hall. I thought you'd gone out.
I did. What did she hit me with?
Well, she took a sap out of her purse and let fly before I could prevent it.
Yeah.
But you were still on your feet when you told me to close the door.
Fine thing. Help me up.
Yes, Sam.
Easy.
Oh, when I think of you lying in here unconscious all that time while I went out to lunch.
What?
If anything had happened to you, I'd never forgive myself.
You call this nothing?
Oh, you poor, dear, brave boy. Now, you just sit down and relax. Now, the ambulance should be here any minute.
Ambulance? Don't you know these things cost money?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I lost my head. When I saw you lying there all of a heap,
Forget it. What's that gadget there on the floor?
Oh, it's lipstick. Must have dropped out of her purse when she opened it for the sap.
Huh. Apple of Eve.
It's a ghost color, Sam.
Apple of Eve. Unique Garage, Harry speaking.
Spade, this is Dream of Love.
Keep your distance. Look, you left your lipstick, but don't bother to come after it. I'll mail it to you.
What kind is it?
Apple of Eve.
Sorry, I've never used it.
Good, then I won't give you another thought.
Oh, but you got to. She's dead.
Eve Adams?
Yeah. She jumped into a taxi in front of your building. I went straight after her. but I got caught in traffic where they're tearing up Market Street.
That could be anywhere between the Embarcadero and Twin Peaks. Fine alibi. What comes next?
Well, I'm at her apartment now, and she's dead.
Sam!
Hold on.
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, do send your comments to box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram. Instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.